Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Guys, this review here today, really special whiskey. We're going to start talking about some craft whiskeys. And this one here is the first of craft whiskeys I want to talk about. This one is called Baby Blue by Balcones Distilling Company in Waco, Texas. And this is very special stuff, guys. Balcones isn't an old company. They're pretty new by whiskey standards. I think they came out. I want to say they started up either 2000. I want to say 2008. It could have been 2006. Not sure. But they're a fairly new distillery making craft whiskeys. They started some Texas boys. They had a welding shop, and they decided one day to start distilling whiskey. So they transformed their welding shop into a little tiny distillery and started making whiskey, guys. And turned out pretty good, and it even caught them off guard. I believe I read. They started entering their whiskey into different competitions, and they kept on getting great results. Kept on winning and kept on making the stuff. They have a few whiskeys out. I believe they even have a vodka out, I want to say. They have other spirits I know other than whiskey. But they have this one here, Baby Blue. They have one called True Blue. And then they might have another one, I'm not sure. But this one, Baby Blue here, this one is, it's called Baby Blue because it's made from roasted blue Hopi corn, guys. I believe the corn comes from New Mexico. But it's Hopi corn, of course, harvested by the Hopi tribe. And it's funny, my grandma actually has a friend from the Hopi tribe, Pauline. So kind of cool, know a little bit about the Hopi and Native American background. So anyway, Hopi blue corn, and it's roasted, guys. I mean, this is before I even opened this bottle, and I haven't had a little bit off the top. But before I even opened it, I knew this was going to be special stuff, unique, if nothing else. But it's 46% ABV, 92 proof. But the cool thing about this, one of the cool things about this is that it says, okay, I'll read the back. It says, the first Texas whiskey on the market since Prohibition. Baby Blue is crafted from roasted heirloom blue corn. This rich and oily maize adds new sophistication to the corn whiskey tradition, while keeping the freshness and verve of classic American distilling. Intentionally youthful, Baby Blue captures the essence of this prized corn with a round nuttiness, roasted overtones, and refined complexity. The mouthfeel is viscous, with a soft finish. A true Texas original that we are delighted to share with the world. It's non-chill filtered, as always it says, and aged at least 6 months in oak. And the back, it's cool, it says Go Texan. And it's too small to see. But it says Go Texan, has a little outline of the state of Texas. And I'm a California boy, guys, but I love Texas. I love a lot of things about Texas. And have family there. It's been a while since I've been there, but went to Texas when I was a kid. And we went to the Alamo, and if anybody looks up people who fought and died at the Alamo, you'll find the name Jesse Bowman, and Jesse Bowman was a relative of mine. So pretty pretty cool. I love the state of Texas. Just great history, and very neat place to go. Looking forward to going back someday. So, anyway, Balcones, and I like the little stamp they have up top there. If you guys can see a little, it looks like wax. I think it's, oh, it might be wax. Could be rubber. But anyway, yeah, 2008 it says. Should have read that from the beginning. But yeah, guys, distilled and bottled by Balcones Distill in Waco, Texas. So let's open this up, see what we have. And as always, guys, I like with these small batch craft whiskeys, I like how the batch number and date are handwritten on the back. Pretty cool. So let's give this a little pour. Looking forward to this one, guys. Got to give it a nice pour as always. Don't want to cheap out on the whiskey, guys. So, and this could be my last review before Christmas. So that's why I got the little placemat here and a little decorations in the back. Just had to do a Christmas episode in case I don't get another one in here before the big day. So, yeah, guys. Really excited about this one. This one was a gift from my parents, actually, from my dad and my stepmom for my birthday. My birthday was last week, and I don't know if anybody cares, but I turned 34, so I'm getting, I don't know if you consider that mid-30s yet, but 34, guys. It feels like mid-30s. Just hearing that number. I mean, sounds young still. It is young, but it's funny. I remember being a little kid and remembering, my dad at an age younger than me. Me asking, "Hey, Dad, how old are you?" And he said 33. Now I'm 34. So time's going by too fast, guys. Anyway, back to this review. So take a look at this in the glass, and as it says, it's a young whiskey. You'd think not a whole lot of barrel char, maybe. But it's got some color to it. I'd say it's a solid amber color. And let's see. This is original Texas whiskey. I'm not sure what the mash bill is in this. Not sure if it's 100% corn. Of course, being a corn whiskey, it's at least 80% corn, I believe. So, yeah, you figure it's got a good amount of corn in the mash bill. So, let's take a nose here. Guys, the nose here, as I mentioned at the beginning, very unique. I don't know if it's because of the blue corn or the fact that it's roasted, but you do get that roasted or toasted corn type note, almost like corn nuts or something. I get a good hit of vanilla. There's a little bit of sweetness in there. I've heard some people say they get like a frosting note. The note I'm kind of getting is like a fondant. If anybody knows about cakes, baking and whatnot, fondant. It's kind of, it's not quite frosting. It's like things they use to shape and make designs, for cakes. But that's kind of the sweetness I'm getting there, like a fondant note. It's got a nuttiness to it. It's got a wet wood, oaky type smell. It's not your typical oak smell though, that you get in a lot of bourbons, or whiskeys, different kinds of whiskey. It's I don't know, guys. If anybody's ever been like in an old barn, and it's raining, that wet old wood smell that you get, not in a bad way, but it's a really really nice scent there on the nose. Oh, I just want to go in for a sip, guys. Let's go. A lot of those same great notes on the palate. I get that corn nutty type note to it. I get like a cream corn as well, and I also get those roasty, roasted corn and toasted corn notes to it. You get a good bit of buttered popcorn as well. It's funny how many different corn type notes you get. I mean, yeah, it's corn, but there's so much going on with that. And these guys have done an awesome job, uh, making this a really, really good, complex whiskey. They say uh, it says intentionally youthful and distilled for at least 6 months. So you see that, and some people would be like, I don't do young whiskeys or whatever. Um, Guys, you can't judge a whiskey by its age sometimes. I've had great whiskeys, all the way up to, Pappy's 23 Family Reserve. That's a good one, really good. I've had, you know, whiskeys anywhere from, a few months old to a few years to 12, 18, 15, 18 years. And you really can't tell by an age on a whiskey how it's going to be. And a lot of times it is intentional. They want different notes to present themselves in young whiskeys, or in old whiskeys. It just depends on what they want to do. And this one was intentional. It says intentionally youthful, and I'm buying it, guys. I mean, this is really good, and you can tell that it's young though, in a good way though. It's really good. I mean, um, you get that youthful corn note in there. Just a lot of really pleasant flavors, and the nose is good. The mouthfeel is good. It's got a nice creamy mouthfeel. Let's see what else is going on there, guys. Almost, almost a back to the buttered popcorn. Almost a saltiness to it, like a sea salt note to it, and it's another really good note in this bottle. And I highly recommend getting this. I don't know, because it was a gift. I don't know how much this bottle was, but if you can, if you can swing it, get a bottle. If you can find this at a bar, try it out, guys. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Really good stuff. I'm going to give it I'll give one more sip, and then we'll give it a grade here, or score. Man, every time I take a sip, I feel like I'm getting something new. You know, picking up something else in there. More, you know, cream corn notes, like a cornmeal. If anybody, I'm showing that, I don't know, it's Tex-Mex. We have some good Mexican food in California, but this is a kind of Tex-Mex restaurant. Chevy's, if anybody's ever gone to Chevy's, the sweet corn that they give you on your plate. Um, I don't know what it's called, but it's so good. That's one of my favorite things. And I'm getting that in here. It's like all kinds of really good corn notes from as I mentioned, the roasted, toasted corn, cream corn, buttered popcorn. Get that sea salt note in there. You get a nuttiness in here. You get some of the, in the back, you get some of the, the more caramel type notes, that you would associate with a bourbon. But those are in check. And in this case, I I like that they're there, but that they're taking a back seat. This is just really good stuff. So this whiskey here, this is going to get a 92 out of 100. 92. This is probably the best sub, let's say sub 3-year-old whiskey I probably ever had. Very, very good, guys. So check it out. Definitely get your hands on a bottle. Try to get a shot. Don't shoot this. Sip it. Very good stuff. So that's it, guys. 92 out of 100. My next review is going to be another craft whiskey, and this one's also special. It's another gift from my aunt and uncle, and they got this bottle from the distiller himself. So, and he wanted me to give it an honest review on here, and I always give honest reviews, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. And that'll be soon, guys. Not sure before or after Christmas, but soon. And that's going to do it for this one. Sorry, went kind of long, but I appreciate you guys hanging in there. And if I don't talk to you before then, Merry Christmas, and hope to talk to you guys before the new year. Until next time, cheers.